Alright, so we were talking to her. Great Temple is majestic. I mean, is okay. Got like a golden statue in it, but there's golden statues everywhere in this game. Pattern?
Orve again. Did you find what you need?
No. Do you know a way out of
I
here?
don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another.
It's like a time loop or something? What do you know about the golden
I'm
rule?
quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Why not? Metamorphosis.
It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, I think these men are gods in disguise. Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal
Oh, that's the
themselves to be
metamorphosis
Jupiter,
part.
the
Okay.
king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, you have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place.
Oh, nice.
Everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish.
Wish to
So
not
old
destroy
Baucis
everyone?
and Philemon escape up
Okay,
into
no.
the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together.
That's pretty
Meanwhile,
nice.
Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
Or perhaps it's that the god might kill you at any moment for failing their test and they don't even have to tell you what the rules are. No, I'll say I agree.
Pleased to hear it.
She's a priestess. What about the
It
election?
must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Who's allowed to
All
vote?
of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course.
Only males, huh? The woman can't vote?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me either.
I mean, it is
There are
Roman
some
times.
women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain.
Oh, you're overseeing the election
Can't
then?
allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
Such as?
Using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
Alright, and what's your role?
I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed.
So, like a judge. Alright. Can I nominate another candidate?
You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
Can we start it now?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
I mean, I don't have a good reason. Just want to get it over it.
Well, I wouldn't describe impatience as a good reason exactly.
conflict between voters?
Yes, I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started right away.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Oh, she's running. Yeah, you need everyone's help apparently. Hey, stop lagging. I get it. 1060. Hey, oh my god.
Time for Malleolus to become magistrate.
It's also another dead guy. So where is this election gonna happen? Okay, so I can start the election whenever I want apparently. Oh, I can read this. Translate. Don't steal anything. Don't hurt anyone. Don't. Whoever wrote this is gonna chance to finish evidently. Huh. Alright. I mean, I'll follow that advice. I'm guessing they all went here. I'm lost. Help me? This is where I started? That's not a good sign. What is this? Gallus a magistrate countered by I would rather drink Aurelia's special brew. What's wrong with Aurelia's special brew? Galerius' chest. A poem by Galerius. A love poem to an unspecified woman. My life has been torturous, as the 7 labors of Hercules. Orphaned, defeated, and enslaved, yet I would rather suffer it all again gladly, because each loss, wound, and tragedy brought me to you, radiant with Rome's sacred flame. Your bright warmth nourisheth my soul. I know I could never touch you any more than hold Vestas' flame, but to watch and love you from afar, bathing in your glow, it is enough. Do you love the Vestal person? The Vestal lady? Prototype. Look, I'm in a heart of a prototype zipline, dude. I need a zipline. Stranger. Hello, lady.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold graying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Oh, so you're the lady who found out something about this place, right?
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
So what's the story?
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
I saw one.
Some crowd the forum,
Oh,
some the house of the ruler of the depths.
okay, that's Hades.
Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives.
So you're saying all these people here are dead? I have no idea what that
They
means.
never do.
Okay. You know way out of here?
There is only a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions.
Infernal regions. Do you need help?
Help me? You cannot help me.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen things. A pattern, a terrible pattern.
Can you tell me the pattern,
It is
please?
better for you if you remain
No.
ignorant. Pandora's box must stay closed.
Pandora's box here?
I'll say no more.
New lead, Pandora's box. Figure out why Livia's acting strangely. What do you think about the golden
The
rule?
bloodless shadows. This is their punishment.
Punishment for the monsters? Right. Tell me about the pattern.
You think you wish to know, but you do not.
It drives you mad?
It is better for you if you remain ignorant. Pandora's box must stay closed. I'll say no more.
You said this already. I'll be going
The
now.
newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them.
Alright, lady. Whatever you say. Okay. So this was Magnolius or whatever? Yeah. So people don't like Magnolius apparently. You will try to help me? That's nice. The many shall suffer sins of the one. Ceramic bowl. A ceramic bowl full of urine, which ancient Romans used because of its ammonia content to wash and bleach their clothes. That's horrible. Cavalry helmet. An ancient Roman cavalry helmet with an enclosed face mask and plume made of dyed horsehair. Pretty cool looking. Little cupboard. A bottle. A fermented fish sauce used as a condiment. Whoever lives here must love this stuff. Huh. Alright. Let's not steal. The golden rule tells us we must not steal.
Tantalus cannot
What?
catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you.
Whatever you say, lady. You selling pots?
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I let
The many shall
Oh.
suffer for the sins of the one.
She's dead. Run. Uses portal again. Sentius? What the hell is going on? I should try talking to him again later. Relief for Prosperia? Okay, nope, I'm going. So would I run out of time? Is that how this works? So I'm going through the portal. Am I back in the real world? Nope. Ask Ulysses how Sentinel would feel about his suicide. Ah. Looper. Hello.
Salve, friend. I'm
Run.
Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Emulcifier. We've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius and you're about to be offered to take me to Sentius so you can tell me about the golden rule. I didn't do that though.
I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem. I have to go.
And since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
The zip line. Nice. Teleport. Zip line handlebar. Rudimentary wooden zip line handlebar. Alright, I'll take it.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably.
Probably completely safe. Give me a second. Alright, I'll be going.
Alright, see you around.
Now I have a zip line. Okay, we can head back and stop the suicide. Because I know the guy is about to commit suicide now. Okay, so this is how we're supposed to do this then. You know, I like these kind of games. It's the first time you go through, it's like overwhelming. But then it's like, that's fine. Because you're going to do it all over again. And so eventually, slowly, you learn a lot. So these things all come alive, huh? All these statues come alive and start attacking me. He, huh? The villain to the golden people's eyes? Yeah, they do look pretty creepy, to be honest. There does seem to be light out there. I don't know how you get out there or if you can get out there, but you know. Alright, man committing suicide.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia.
Suicide.
Welcome to life under the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Actually, I need to talk to Ulysses.
All right. Well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
I'll talk to him.
Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius.
Can I talk to him?
Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Where's my mouse? Thank you. I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Oh, I know the words. Is this what Centralia would want?
You know about that?
Permanent solution.
How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You'd never believe me if I told you.
If you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can help solve your
It's
problem.
too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning.
That's pretty bad.
If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
What if I can help her too?
No. No. Time's up. I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Oh, there he goes. Okay, so I gotta be even faster and go to someone who's about to drink poison?
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
What happens now?
I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
You can still jump. You know, it does. We do survive if we jump from here. Hey, stop lagging. Yes, he listens, he knows everything. Right, we walked around here. We even saw this, yeah. But it's locked over here, isn't it? It's a locked door, yeah. But there are more paths. There she goes, just running around. I mean, I started off like quite far. Is this the forum or the pretty fountain, obviously? More bread and... What are you looking at? Just a old chest. I can take this without worrying, I guess. Alright. It's no one's money. It's a lot of money too. Obtain a bow. Okay. I'm locking myself in. Don't try to follow me. Nothing good will come of it. Navaria. Find a way into the palace. Huh, so this is the palace. Okay, I see a way out of the palace. Fletched arrow. I mean, I hear things moving around. It's probably the monsters beating the door down or something. And we got these golden guys here who apparently come alive. And then those things also, which I'm pretty sure I can just... Yeah, I can just climb on these or something. Huh. Interesting. So that's probably how we get up there then. What's underneath this? Nothing here. Inspect the fountain. A fountain producing fresh water, but where could the water be coming from? From somewhere, honestly. I can't go up to check. Coming from somewhere. That's all we know. So much, you know, so much just area, man. Coin pouch. Alright, I'll take it. It's not like it belongs to anyone. Probably does, but they left it out in the open, so... At that point, it's fair game, right? That's how it works. Hey, it's a bathhouse. What do we got? Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls here and disappointed all of them equally. Toilets. Communal public toilets. These holes must be designed for use with the sponge on a stick. Sponge stick. A small stick with a sponge attached. This must be what the Romans used instead of toilet paper. It appears to be for communal use. Best to put this back eventually. Immediately. Sorry, not eventually. Yeah, there's a bunch of them too. Okay, well, we probably don't want to touch those. Coin pouch. You got another person hiding here. You got accusatory note. A note insinuating Virgil is a sinner. Virgil, do you really want to be responsible for all the sin that destroys us all? Virgil, I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer for your sins. So there's a bunch of accusatory notes. Someone is accusing Virgil. Another one right here. Virgil, they may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. What is Virgil doing? Shovel. A Roman fire shovel made of bronze. It smells like ash. Alright, interesting. You are Virgil? Sinner? Okay, I think you are Virgil. Yep. So why are you being called a sinner by everyone? Virgil?
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people. So
Oh, he's
you
French.
Can just call me Virgil.
Virgil. What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Tell me about the history.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long.
Hundreds of years.
There's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Ooh. What does that mean?
I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans who first started building here were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine?
Probably.
If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
Foreshadowing, maybe? What about the architecture?
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple.
Okay.
Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, how could we use them to escape?
Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just please try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Okay. Water under the bridge. Figure out how to get into the upper cistern. Tell me about the temple on the bluff.
You mean the great temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's
Find a creative
positioned
way.
so prominently looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina
Okay.
or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case,
Kronos?
it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear
Oh,
the
yeah,
name of
okay,
this
I
unknown
remember.
god. But it appears Some barbarian defaced it.
Yeah,
Of
okay.
course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
Talk about something
Of
else. Do you know way out of
You
here?
wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Golden Rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway.
What do you mean? Nothing.
Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Noviomagus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
And what do you think about the Golden
Some
Rule?
people say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me, like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
I think so, yes.
Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving may not be an option.
And how do you remove a god from power?
Question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
I will think about it. I noticed a graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my
He's gay.
preference for male company.
You like men?
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagos, you expect a bit of hostility.
You said that.
The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Someone is homophobic. Who's writing it?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too.
Yeah, I saw them.
The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
This cultist?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he
The
considers
Christians?
my nature a sin. Can you believe that?
Christian would
If
make
there
sense.
are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding.
I met some
All
of
I
them.
know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Well, let me look into it for you.
Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them,
The sinner.
please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
No, I'll get right on
Back
it.
and let me know what you find.
Option: ask about the merchants in the forum for clues about Virgil's secret admirer. Alright. Did we talk about everything? I think I had something else to talk about with you.
Any news about my secret admirer?
No, not yet. Still
Oh,
looking
that's
into it.
alright. I'm sure it'll take time. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Who are you gonna vote
Well,
for?
Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision.
Anything I can do to change that?
My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Alright, well, I'll be
Nice
going.
to talk to you.
Maybe finding your secret admirer or whatever. Oh my. It really chunks, huh? Sometimes. Are you selling dyes? You do be looking like you're selling dyes. Gregorius's chest. I'm not gonna steal stuff, obviously. I ain't a thief. Why do you have 3 golden statues just chilling out here? Gregorius.
Greetings and salutations.
Hello,
Greetings. I'm Georgius. It
Georges.
gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary.
Oh, thank you.
Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
I'm from beyond the edge of the known world.
Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them.
Am I
We will
gonna
have
tell him a
much
story?
time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
Do you sell information? What's your story?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Tailor, alright. Why set a tailor shop?
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
Yeah.
I tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say,
okay.
the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, and there is another reason too. If we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at, I don't know about you, but I would like to look my best.
Well, great. How did you end up here?
A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
Okay, so no one knows how they... Why don't you tell me what you do remember? Yeah.
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compared.
Did you fall into the river again?
This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber.
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger.
Really?
I
And she
went to
sent
find
you...
firewood for his campfire,
His, huh?
stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
Same way like
Anything
me.
you like.
Alright, do you know way out of here?
Not so loud. What are you playing at?
Sorry, did I say the wrong thing?
Have you not been told about the last attempt?
No.
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. It is a long story.
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Of
Yeah.
course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
I can do that.
I admire your enthusiasm, my friend, but please allow me to explain why this is inadvisable. There was an attempt made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago.
Okay.
They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place. And so I say, it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
Okay, got it. Yeah. What do you think of the golden rule?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate.
Alright, why do you say that?
Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands until at last the other gods were forced to act lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The golden rule has merely brought it into focus.
Yeah, that makes sense for them. And what can we do about it?
If we are to survive, I say we must each heed the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, avoid doing what you would blame others for doing.
I mean, that's pretty smart. Yeah, sounds simple enough.
It does, doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough.
It has to be done by everyone.
Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act.
I've seen it happen.
The voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the golden rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing. Do they not?
Oh, that's why you have them. So if you go past the golden rule, you turn to gold? Is that who are you gonna vote for?
My friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus.
Really?
I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Anything to change that?
Nothing comes to my mind, my friend.
Any idea of splitting Virgil?
This is troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. It is ridiculous though. Virgil is a fine man. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her about it.
Fabia, alright. I'll be going now.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Sure, you continue to do your work. Oh my. Oh, it's chugging. Okay, it's actually manning a shop. Collection of dyes. Dyes for colored clothing appear to have been extracted from plants and insects. And I guess a changing room. That makes sense.
Greetings and salutations.
Alright, we'll be saving the game. I'll see you all in the next one. See you then.